Can't let's.
Get this stuff
so-
wrapped up.
Lawn building, so
Oh.
have at it.
It's way better, yeah.
Yeah.
There's gonna be an invite.
I'd love to hear about that, but
What's that?
Be an invite. Gonna try. No, there it is.
Firefly.
So was good with the press release, because I sent a response back, has that been sent out for release? No.
Actually, I'll usually Haley handles all over this. But I don't think it's sent to her. Thought we weren't ready yet because we wanted to include the counselor wages, so that's part of the discussion.
Sure, I mean, but that would then change the release, because there wasn't anything in the release about hiring camp council.
Yeah, but I guess, so do we want to have a consensus to do that in the release, and then a consensus on counselor.
But
I don't think it's been sent around.
I don't really. But I guess it's more the discussion is more primarily about you wanting to increase the salaries. What's the
Well,
impact
right.
on the budget versus?
Sure, that's definitely part of it, but I mean, it's all part and parcel, because some of that would go into the press release.
Yeah.
And then Adrian needs the information about the income, so that can be also on the website and part of the registration.
Which, yeah, I
Does
did.
And-
Right.
Right, it's in the press release, but how do we want to convey that on the website and in the actual application?
You want to do a table, is that what you're
Right,
saying?
yeah.
As a way
Like-
for information purposes, so
Correct.
people know where.
Yeah, I was hoping to align everything to match up when the release goes out, so like Camp Plaza website's up to date. All the counselor job descriptions and applications are available online, all in a cohesive way, so it's very organized,
Sure.
all at the same time. That's
So
my goal.
we went over the job descriptions for the counselors today, so I think Adrian has what she needs for that.
Just the
wage.
wages. Okay. So Jason everyone has seen the email from Jeremy about the proposal for the wages.
Yeah, so maybe within the email, I did see what was if you could summarize, what would be the total budgetary impact with the increases over what? I imagine it was in there.
Yeah, I mean, but it was,
Yeah,
I mean,
we
the whole
budgeted
chart
for
was
it,
there.
budgets.
Okay, so it sounded like. That was my confusion, I thought like that discussion was already happened.
Not
Did.
Right, so it's not just for the counselors, what the actual hourly rate is.
Yeah.
And the budget, just the budgets that came in there
Oh, here.
did not.
Oh, this is the proper stating. Kind of like. Like going to say, she goes this way.
Well, because I thought, I don't know where you're
You flew in from Florida, your arms must be tired. My apologies.
going. Sorry, really. You bring the laptop. We're talking, areas to catch up quickly. Ready?
Yes.
We're talking about the email that Jeremy sent about camp counselor wages, and to catch you up, in the email, in budget season, we read already about the wage for counselor, which was $1,000 an hour, that was already in the budget, already discussed, already agreed upon. It's not agreed upon, not in the budget, was the wage for camp counselor. Because if you remember, those have always been like relatively low compared to our other seasonal staff. Because we said, high school kids, we've had all these struggles with like raising those wages higher. Now kind of reached, and Jeremy and I all talked about this, you're right here. We reached a point where, it's been very hard to fill positions, and the fact of like the coffee shop and what retail on Main Street is paying. Now can no longer, we're not keeping those wages for high school students or 20 or whatever it is. So Jeremy has devised a more competitive salary with the hopes of attracting some better quality staff, cleaning staff.
And more staff, so we can take more kids.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Amy was part of the discussion.
The more counselors we have, the more kids.
Right.
So all of that said was all determined on part of the increase for meeting the cost of that. And so when Emily, Jack, Adrian and I met, Amy, talk about this, knowing that now there's a range which people will be able to self-exempt from the fee. We redid those numbers and reduced the number that we thought were actually paying from 60% down to 30%.
Okay,
We did that, how much revenue
We still think-
from that fee would come in to
yeah,
offset the increase in the cost of wages. And so in the email, I did all the math and spelled that all out. And if we get the campers and we get the staff covered with 30% paying, that should cover that income more. I think that's
so if we,
I am starting to get a lot of inquiries too.
okay.
Start.
Inquiry-
People are like, when can we sign up? When can we sign
So as
up?
far as camp,
And I did get an email today about counselor, so it's starting to.
because theoretically, in a perfect world, they would match anyway. In other words, we would end up with proper ratio, proper number of campers to the proper number of counselors, and it would take care of it. In a perfect,
Wish.
right. What we don't know is what the reaction of the community is gonna be to the fee. And how many of those are gonna claim that they are exempt from the fee.
Okay.
right, I mean, if you're saying it's a 30% actually going to pay, then,
That's really honestly a guess.
no. Yeah,
Just-
yeah, no.
And that's it, saying that we would have between 150 and 160.
What happens if we go out and hire X number of counselors and we don't get the campers?
Oh, we won't.
We're gonna hire two number of campers.
But,
As
okay,
best we can.
Okay, so now the
It's
question
gonna be.
is, when do the campers have to be signed up by?
May 29th is the last day for application. And I
That's
confirm,
enough to get the right number.
I
I mean,
don't
I mean-
have, I don't have the answer,
No, no,
I, you know,
but
I don't,
my point is, if you hire X number, you need this many. Okay, and you definitely hire this many. Okay, and then we all of a sudden we get this,
it's never been a problem to have too many counselors.
well, it could be a problem with
I
the
mean,
money.
we have,
The money.
we have been limited in the number of campers that we can have because we haven't had the counselors.
Right,
But when do you stop hiring? Comes first.
yeah,
We've
that's,
hired,
that,
well, in the past, we've hired first because we've been short, we've
Yeah.
always been short.
It's a delicate balance.
It's gonna have to thread a needle this time, because obviously there's a billion kids for a limited number of spots, so it's free.
Last year,
So
But
there's
if we
a-
see a drop off, then there's no reason to say that you couldn't go back to those two counselors last hired and say, we don't have this. Campers.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like, we
Yeah,
can do
that's-
that, we can go
that's-
back to
and
that.
that's my point.
Counselors.
The same
hire the
that we-
counselors and hope for the best, and if it doesn't happen.
But the process looks like you have the applications and it's not quite the deadline yet, and then you have the applications for counselors, applications for students, then you can compare them.
Yes, yeah, I mean, I think so, but I mean, we're gonna need to start posting now for counselors. and
yeah, because kids are starting to plan for summers, they're
I think it's
planning
the
around.
same- I think it's the same. I think it's the same issue that we have with having applications and an application deadline for the campers. And getting to that point and saying, well, how many counselors do we have? And we have to tailor to that because we've had so many. So it is gonna be a
Well,
little
that's the thing, if
back and
you,
forth.
if you wanna get, you wanna pick a better. Not terrible, but a better quality counselor, than to start hiring now.
That's what we're trying to do.
I know, but I'm just saying the process.
He's enjoying baseball, he's very jealous.
I froze my,
Very jealous.
I froze my ass
And
off.
then- and then-
Oh, that is, don't say that when we have 2 feet of snow.
And I just have to say again, that's at 30%. You come in with only 20% or 10%.
Yeah.
Forbid, zero,
It's gonna be a budget.
it's gonna be a massive.
Well, that's what I'm
budget
saying, but
balance.
what I'm saying is start hiring now. But I'm not sure what level to hire, the number to hire.
Oh, I'll have
Well,
it,
we
it's
have-
a very delicate balance
But the
and
things
I,
are gonna open at the same time,
Yeah,
like, we're
I
gonna
mean,
open
see-
application and open hiring at the
And
same
people
time.
are, people
No,
are.
I don't want
going
you to
in.
hire
no,
not this many counselors now.
It's,
No.
I'm shooting for 15.
But I wanna, we know
If we
we're
can
gonna
get to-
need probably this many at
if
least.
we get to 15
15.
15 counselors.
Okay.
And the 4 head counselors,
We can take 150.
we could take 150 kids. We had over 180 requests. For class last year.
Yeah.
Just
No.
say it one more time. If everybody says this threshold income, so it's 0 in from that.
Just don't wanna get in trouble when you're saying, hey, we're running
100%.
a deficit, I let you know ahead of time.
I'm on the record, it's being recorded.
Yes, yes, at
Because
that
if you
point,
raise the level so high
yes,
that more people qualify, that's the
the
less.
board will have to look for savings within the budget or other revenue sources, yeah.
Say it out loud.
A lot of over-
Everybody has heard that. Hi, everybody.
But yeah,
Or
so
raise
I
the
feel
wages on
confident.
everyone else,
Right.
because everyone said they were exempt.
yeah,
There we go.
Let's start with the richest, we'll work our way down.
Let's buy a set.
No.
People have expensive houses.
they have a very organized system to it. And I keep track of each spreadsheet, I keep track of everything on a daily basis when dislocations
I
are
just don't
coming
want
in.
to overhire
Will not do that.
and then have, I mean, if we have. Have to lop off a couple. But I don't want to have them, I don't want to lop off. Half the hired staff.
We're not gonna have that many.
I don't think you're gonna have that problem.
We're not gonna,
We're gonna be
we'll be
lucky.
begging for people.
Yeah,
That's fine. I mean, just in that
We're not giving health insurance.
type of business, that's usually.
Jeremy's at 7 minutes. Go, Jeremy.
okay,
But we're-
so. You said you were in control.
They can work
You
in
wanted
the,
this to be the
they
topic.
can work in tobacco shoe, right?
So let's get to that.
No.
So,
Wait, no,
so
are
when
we-
we're
are we-
hiring seasonal
Okay.
employees, when we're hiring seasonal,
Something specific.
So about this particular topic. Yes, we're all in agreement, seems good.
Yes,
Dave is heard,
So we can finalize.
Every-
I'll pop some people if you need to.
everybody heard
Right.
it.
Right.
Alright.
so the rate. So other seasonal employees that we have. That are in the unskilled labor category, which includes high school students. Paying high school students right now, I can shoot $20.50 an hour.
Right.
And I would argue that hiring students to watch community's children is worthy of at least $50 an hour as a starting point. So it's hard to argue that point when people are getting paid that to pick bags and at the golf course and they're, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry, what are you proposing
Yeah,
for a
it's
starting rate?
confusing.
2050,
Okay,
2050 for the start position.
Right.
And based on the additional years of service that they've had, they've moved into the skilled labor category towards it. They get an additional 25 cents a year, 50 cents a year for multiple years of service.
but everyone forgot, like, if someone who's been there for 3 years, they're still like.
Right, they would cap out at like 22, never reach 23, which is our.
Some of them will, if they come back, they'll be at that rate. If they-
No higher.
No, but I'm saying that this year, even though this is their 3rd year returning, they're getting that 50-cent raise. Okay, so you're saying that they started, because this is their 3rd year, you're starting from 2050 and adding that to.
Right, because that's what we did. for them when they started
Essentially,
at
the range is
16.
2050 to 23.
Can I just ask, how old are these counselors that you're hiring?
Anywhere from 16 and up. And so we have college kids that come back, we have
It's a word from the school program.
programs.
And then we have 4 counselors that.
That's what they're making that in town now. And the town's paying that rate for other things.
They're gonna get.
But if they're 16, they're 20.
That's
Starting.
Yes.
That's a starting.
Yeah.
Starting. So if somebody's been here 3 years, they're making 2050 plus one.
Yeah.
Is that something that will have to be? Like, what all season employees will be looked at, because I have one that doesn't make that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, but that's not our
I was gonna say,
policy for
this is
all.
our board pay
seasonal.
scale.
Just-
So that's a
Which is-
request.
Which is
We'll
my,
put that as a request.
right, which is my question. But it's hard to say that we're doing it for some positions, not doing other positions, and it's not a unified reason. Yeah, I don't know the history
So
of it.
it
but
ties into
seems
this conversation, you're saying,
We don't
that's
think that would-
under the 15 counselors at 23?
Yeah.
So
I don't think they should,
I guess
if there's.
if we say,
I-
are we okay with that
when I said I
$20
said
an
I
hour?
did the 23 to budget high.
Okay.
So that we're, that at a high expense, the most expense would be at 23. We're not gonna be there, it's gonna be less than that, trying to give a worst case scenario.
We don't, we're gonna see that.
Can you interpret this for me, Emily?
Yeah, I guess
you gotta
what now
pay for
where
something
I'm thrown
Yours?
is what Kenny and Shannon are saying now, that all other seasons, it's unskilled and skilled, and no matter how many years you've been unskilled, you're 2050. Your Craigwood staff's unskilled is 2050.
Okay.
There's no 50-cent raise, however long you've been
And
there.
that started with Chelsea and Kathy.
So I think that needs to be, we need to put a pin in that part
Okay.
of the discussion.
Sure.
So I think we all agree that unskilled counselors be 2050,
Okay,
and we agree to that.
I think that's, they're getting a $5.
Yeah.
Do they
Yeah.
need
As
extra
far as
per year?
applications though, we can just
Right.
put a range 20 to 23 an hour.
So we change, that is the rate for seasonal unskilled. If at some point down the road we change it.
Let's just say seasonal. Just say
Do
seasonal.
you find that most of your counselors are coming back from last year, or do you think you're gonna have new?
Yeah.
I would just say,
Anybody who's coming in will be a benefit, I have counselors retired. One might be me, no, they've been with us for 3-4 years.
There's no way they're making more.
There's some that were already making that last year.
it's not possible.
So they started at 16, they're gonna get 50-cent raise each.
I'm just saying.
Maybe we continue this conversation.
Yeah.
Go look at the
Let them
list.
come back, because I don't think they started at, they got 50-cent raise each year, there's no way they're more than 2050.
True.
I'll just see. If it would even make.
Okay, so you have permission to start at 2050 and come back if someone's gonna be old. Be
Gotta-
less than that.
So look at what you have right
They
now.
might not even come back, so it's like a.
But just see if you've got anybody making. 2050, we'll be making 2050 if we were.
And then Jack, will you rework the press release to include a link to the job descriptions and rate of 20? And
That helps.
that does.
I'll have those ready on the website. And on canvas.com. Can you also email me final decision on the income threshold so I can update the application?
Yeah, that is final. What's in the press release is final.
Okay.
Thanks.
I do believe adding
Way to keep
sort
it
of like the
till.
household.
I'll keep my,
I already have that.
I can do one and a half. Mine's pretty boring. I saw this.
Yeah, I should, everything drafted ready, like I'm ready to go.
My life is.
I'm gonna need your extra 10 minutes.
Total.
Thing and maybe. But anyways, that our tandem truck that we ordered in 23.
Yes.
Is now ready to be picked up. Or delivered from Charlie Boy.
2 years
Oh, it
later.
is.
But all I'm waiting for is payment, that's all. We only paid for the cap and chassis,
Right.
now we gotta pay for the equipment, but it's ready. But it's gonna be like, wait till board can write a check, or are they gonna write a check?
Good.
Money?
Give me my.
I'm not gonna say
Once
what's
I have to sit. Once till we get it.
Didn't we?
We get 2 years ago.
Ordered
Money
I am
here.
sure it was there.
And we say highway on, yeah, I mean, going back to the conversation. Remember, we got in the highway, we got. I don't know. I'm just saying that. We had the money.
Check the account yet?
I'm recording. I didn't swear.
I did about 5 minutes ago.
I know, I'm not retired.
It's okay, but I post the videos that it's not.
I plan on being.
Not retired?
You're here?
Get down.
I'm just saying, I plan. Today, I plan on being recorded. Just tell
We
me.
are,
Well, it's very exciting news. This is possible.
It could change, but I'm just,
it could be.
They reserve the right to.
so. there's got
Unless you
someone
hear
around.
it out of.
I'd like to say that I'm retired, not, that's all.
You'll have us retired, so
Let us know, it'll be the next week.
you'll know where we're going, so. I don't hold back on anything.
But she's been the busiest person in town, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I have bags. All right, I'm gonna start with the airport. They started the work on the fuel system. I have locked out, tagged out, decommissioned the old avgas tank. At some point, we will have to scrub, clean, dismantle and get rid of. So I'm trying to push that till fall.
Can we do that if there's something?
No, we have to hire someone to do it. So,
Hey, scrub it and clean it, we get in.
yeah, it has to be pumped out. There's about 6 inches left. They only. The picture they got. So anyway.
Murphy.
Humboldt. Actually, we're good. I'm sorry,
How much fuel is that? 1 inch?
less than 100 gallons. I mean, there's really nothing in it.
But it's still good, probably, right?
Huh?
Is it any good?
It's got some 4 ways.
I wouldn't use with, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, the sediment has been there for,
Because a lot of times.
It's
you
October,
decommission
so-
tanks If there's some in there.
Yeah.
there is, but it's waste. It's waste. It's not anything you want to use. The same with the jet fuel that they're pumping out tomorrow. They pump out tomorrow. The QT pod is in place. Only problem I ran into is the extender did not work with Wi-Fi. So, and just to note, don't go in a P hanger because the whole floor is full of ice. I found that out the hard way.
Oh, no.
Did we get that on video? No, there's a lot of swearing. So in the meantime, we are going to bridge the Wi-Fi QT pod to the panel of electric is what I call it, because I really don't know what it is, but it's the power source. So I don't know if they're gonna charge me for that, but I'm hoping not. They didn't sound like they were going to. We should be up and running by Thursday. If we don't get the Wi-Fi figured out before next week, though, they will come back and do it. But I will have a card system, which I've already given Terry, who is like angel over there. Him and I came up with a form that the card that we would have to read inside, which is called an atlas, unless you know anything about credit card machines, really actually. But we can go out to the pump, hit a couple of switches, override it, do a card swipe, go in, write their number down, get their credit card information, whatever. I have it on the form and I would bill them immediately. Otherwise, the Atlas machine might actually take their credit card indoors. The only problem is if I'm not there during the day and they come in at night, I would have to run out and do it if they needed fuel. Because once I lift that NOTAM, you have to give service. Other than that, I'm working on an FBO. It's looking promising. Just a matter of getting their operational plan. I've already met with them once. The next meeting, I would like to sit in with them. So
If the FBO comes, which I think it would be great to have an FBO, how does that cut into the fuel sales?
So this is what I proposed to him. Because we are getting a FAA grant for part of it, I've knocked off another 10 grand for fittings and whatnot that we didn't need to use. And actually, a toggle switch today, I'm taking off the old one I'm using for the new one. So that saved me a little bit of money too. With all that said, I did tell the FBO that if they want to do the fuel sales, they will pay me for the fuel that we put in there. They will do their thing, but I want a percentage of all sales until we recoup what we put into it. So, and that'll be something that you guys, on everything, anything that I did,
What's the percentage? Are you-
that's what we have to discuss.
Okay.
And that's down the road until I know what they want to do. They will also collect any landing fees, overnight fees, de-icing fees, that would be on them. And also mechanical stuff, whatever they want. Travis will remain, not removing him. I've already made it very clear to them that he's a fixture. There's no bartering. He's on our payroll, so then they can do it. I also explained to them that we need to rework the contract. In that contract, we need to state that anything in that building, whether it's internet, telephone service, I don't care what it is, anything I've done since the other people left, that comes back to the town. It is not something you get ownership of. So we need to work that into the contract as well.
Come in, they need to go. What you're doing.
Yeah, so they'll get access to the Wi-Fi, to the AWAS, to the ADIP, to the, all of it. Right now, I am manager on ADIP, so I'm gonna change anything that's in there.
And we can forward the phone numbers instead of just giving it to them.
Well, I mean, it's still just gonna remain like past the airport. If they want their own line to add to it, they can do that under their
That's what we
airframe business or whatever it is.
I don't know if the other guy or previous tenant got their phone number.
Yeah. We can't
Yeah.
get it.
Lake Placid Airport website, so if you go log on to Lake Placid,
Yeah,
it is,
they took it off.
it goes to Rock Staples and not.
There's no way to get that done. Once you prove a
It goes to
transfer.
his flying service instead of our airport.
Okay.
Approved of,
He hijacked.
Transfer phone number.
Do we
Right.
register another thing then?
I think that's what.
Well, we have our own Wi-Fi and everything. We don't have a website. I don't,
We'll leave it up to.
it should just be on the town website. It, you know, and if they want to do their own, you know, the airframe business want to do their own website and include out of Lake Placid Airport, that's fine. They can do that.
We have a section on the community page on our website right now that I've updated with the new phone numbers.
thing is,
Might be-
if they do, that's the thing, if they. Lake Placid Airport, they're gonna go too.
With this possible FBO as well, they want to know if the structure fee is sound, and I said. Rick was in there, I said it is workable, I said, we would rather get you in there and get you established than bring you in and have you fail. So with that said, I said that we would look at the structure and redo everything to kind of help them get along, as long as their plan is to be there for years to come. I don't think we should start with a 20-year. I think maybe do a 5-year or even less and reevaluate. That's really, you guys need.
I want to ask.
One other issue is I do have a plane on the tarmac that belongs to an old owner. And with Rick's permission, I will be sending him a letter that it's either removed or I'm gonna charge him monthly rent. The way I see it is, and it's for Steve. The way I see it, if somebody else comes in, they're looking at a plane, they're going, you know, can I do that? You know, he already has a hangar, use your hangar, move the plane, I don't care, but I'm gonna collect the plane, so. I'm gonna do what I can to make any money there.
Fantastic.
And keep it
Really need
reasonable
it.
too, we've been there forever.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, giving them a, so it's reasonable to get your plane off the target.
We did have a little excitement last week, had Border Patrol call, and tell me the plane was circling when it lands to detain it, so I was all excited.
Oh,
We're waiting to do it.
Perfect for you.
And,
Up to the loading.
We did have state police on standby. They were waiting at the ski jumps,
Good.
and our thought was Terry, Kenny and I were gonna grab all the equipment and block the runway. It would have been a lot of
Just like
fun.
the runway, that's what
You know.
Terry like. He's
Oh
like.
my God,
Like
block the
you're around there,
runway.
he can't drive up the.
So we watched,
So, you know, take a shot at it. See what it's like.
Feeling good.
we watched the plane circle go up and down and then head back to Canada, but pretty neat when you look at these sites online. I think it's called FlightAware.
Right aware.
Yeah, done, and did a nice little crescent. Allen wrench or something. It looked like a pipe wrench. And some pilots will do that. They'll make a design so they can see their pattern afterwards. So we did it, and I was like, oh, these wrenches out. So
He took off from Canada and I think he just didn't have, you have to, give him accurate,
we didn't have a flight
Where
plan,
your
so
flight plan
that might be another reason.
So they flagged him?
he just went up, flew around and he eventually back to Rockville, Ontario. And he went, just flew back. He was
2 hour tour.
white face doing cold around.
That's it, he just wanted to, you know.
It's nice to know they're doing their job, not some.
Other than the airport, transfer station is doing good, CND is still moving, no issues there. Highway, working on permits, last permit I have to submit this year is CND permit. For reporting and kind of sent it today, hopefully they accept it, so. And then gotta work on some state stuff now. That's all I got.
Years back. CC wants to kind of keep a tally of what people who have commission on road vehicles, not off, like tractors.
But it has to do with the air quality emissions and everything,
Fuel pipe, but
how long you're idling, da, 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 da.
I'm not finding the EV.
No.
you have no.
Two votes.
No. No EV, ice.
Good? Good.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Yes.
See ya.
You guys.
I don't know who's up next.
Oh, looks like you're overall.
We'll start this way.
Come over.
Dad?
I'm not the lady.
For everybody.
Yeah. Kelly, if you wanna come up, I mean, sorry to wake you up, but you know,
I was doing like that.
I know you're.
Kelly, I feel the same way.
You.
Okay. Keep it short. Taxable status date March first. What stands on March first gets taxed for the next year. Same goes with exemptions, what is filed for exemptions and duly certified, is what's on the roll, and we can't change it. Except if there's a dispute about eligibility, they take for the board assessment. That's not gonna happen. Building permits have all been collected, so the status of each project is ongoing, is recorded as some percentile complete, will be valued at percentage completed is on top of the land value. As far as exemptions go, the seniors had 779 last year through some attrition by death and some new ones that learned about from the postcards that went out. And we lost some to qualification in low income qualification. So there's 183 elderly exemptions. That's
I'm sorry, what 2025?
what's that here?
179.
Well, yeah, so
183.
Okay, so it's
so net increases. But are they going down?
agreed.
Of nonprofits, we added one, North Country School. And we should take note. If it concerns you, wait, so they're,
Like of the whole other parcel? Like the cross.
the new one they just bought, they all own almost the whole lake now.
Yeah.
Brown Lake. And that's gonna happen is attrition and. Any more of the Cushing's stuff property.
Yeah.
It'll be. All one thing. Yeah, to be non-taxable, you kind of have to have. Charitable or educational use. So right now, that property. I added it. To be tax-free. But all this is trees, you know, link to. So I don't know what he thinks about that.
What's that, what size is that parcel?
I think it's 80 some odd acres, the back side.
How is Northwood? Is Northwood under the same subdivision?
Northwood doesn't have any vast land holdings, unless you count part of the way up.
Sure. A little bit on the lake too.
Yeah. It's all being either educational and or public use. So they're covered doubly.
So you're looking for some sort of plan eventually moving forward, some increased educational use out of
Well,
that situation.
they have to keep filling out a form that justifies their use in approval manner. So parts of it.
Is that their new parcel? Is that the only one that would be in question?
It's the closest one to being in question.
Okay.
But
Ultimately, they could describe them all on the same deed, turn it into one piece of property and the whole thing's educational.
Yes,
Didn't they also acquire the,
Torrance,
yeah,
they got them.
are they
That
not
was-
claiming that as tax exempt?
they are, and that's the second sketchiest one.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a bed and breakfast.
In a
For
retail store.
staff and alone.
They are renting out, like when we had the skiing event. We happened to be there for an inspection and they did have a college ski team staying there.
It's all whatever pair of glasses you're wearing.
Sure.
And I'll just let you know what's going on now,
Yeah,
and if we wanna review that as a board.
But they are claiming that's tax exempt as well.
But on the winning side, Adirondack Mountain Club can't dream up enough to become tax free again.
Tax exempt, right,
It's the same.
but the main piece is still tax exempt.
If they got their foreman on time.
I had someone call me about that last week, interested in buying it and keeping it as a ski center.
Great.
Yeah, that's what I
This
said.
is mine.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know what else you do with the swamp, so
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
That's it.
You got anything? I really don't have much. I was at a village meeting last night, and I think you guys already kind of gave it the blessing about the rings sculpture.
We gave it a resolution, like a generic approval
Yes.
resolution for Nash to pursue funding opportunities.
Okay.
With no location in
No,
mind.
we didn't.
Yeah.
we didn't-
Oh, okay.
Location to be determined.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, I think they probably did a similar thing last night, but, last night was the first I heard about, the height of it, maybe something like 30 to 40 feet. So anyway, I had, yeah, said to Anita, and I'll say to you guys, if you hear anything, keep us in the loop, just so we, know a little about that, because right, that would be massive, and we would expect some kind of foundation and a building permit needed, yeah, so, okay. Yeah, I don't really have anything else
I
unless,
think that's in his plan.
I don't have any plans.
No, I'm just saying,
Mhm,
but I think in the documentation, something about size.
okay.
Hmm.
That's a lot bigger than I thought. That would be huge. So-
And there would have to,
Figuratively and literally.
and there would have to be some sort of engineering to support that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes. Or it might roll down the hill.
Yeah,
It might blow it
that's what we were, yeah, we want to see that installed.
Okay.
You instituted the new fees.
Yeah,
Okay.
yep, new fees.
With the exception of short-term rentals, because.
June 1.
Delaying those.
Yep,
Okay.
so that all happened,
Does Britt update that on your section of the website, or do you need help doing?
he did it.
Okay.
Yeah, and we got it in cloud permit already, so yeah, everything's proceeding as expected. I think the only other thing, but this is maybe another month out, would be talking about, again, coordinating and coming up with the right, agreement, for the engineering for septics,
Yeah.
but maybe that's next month. So,
This is for Lake Placid.
right.
Yeah.
There's a new where.
Yeah, it's almost
Septic
taking
law.
season.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It's almost taking the season.
I know, we're getting close, although on the lake, we have a little more leeway. One more month. That's it for me.
All set. So I don't have too much. I just wanted to, I don't know who I've even talked to about this. I just want to know that there's gonna be a resolution for you guys to pass at the next board meeting for one for CDBG funds. We need to redo some stuff because when we did it before, Derek was supervisor, so we have to kind of redo it. And the other is for the TAP grant, for West Valley Sidewalk. So that will be going out to you when I get a copy. I think I sent out a copy of the TAP one. I don't have one for.
And you need that by,
The TAP one, the deadline is the 12th.
right, so
Yeah.
as Rick suggested, we do it.
Whatever works for you guys.
I added it to the agenda.
Yeah, whatever works.
To the agenda of the agenda.
To the.
The agenda setting.
To
There's an action item on the agenda setting.
I saw, when I was asking
But
about
you want-
Brandon Montag coming, I meant like to discuss it at the agenda setting meeting, and I was like, clearly I used the wrong terms, because I didn't mean for him to come to the agenda setting meeting.
Yeah, there's so many meetings.
Anyways.
But Haley wants to do that at the agenda.
It's up to you guys.
Setting,
Rick suggested that, which is a reasonable time.
because we would, well.
Was that meeting?
What is, what's the,
I thought the
We
agenda
did,
setting
yeah,
meetings,
for 10.
there weren't any
For 10?
decisions.
But it would leave you a quick turnaround.
if we did it
Well,
on.
they just was a quick turnaround.
Oh, yeah, it's really good.
But,
swallow
yeah.
to
Yeah,
turn
Yeah,
it
so if
around.
we did it on the,
Yeah, but it's just a piece of paper.
yeah, it's just I just need a copy of the rest.
When you can, yeah.
that's why I'm saying it.
Whatever you write
on the agenda setting. meeting.
Okay.
If you can
Put
do
it on the
that.
agenda of the agenda.
There's
So we
not
don't
an
have-
agenda at the agenda setting meeting.
There's just a
Well,
list of
yeah,
items.
we got a list of agendas.
Yeah, but put it on the list of the.
Okay.
Non-agenda.
We should have
Oh,
a meeting
my.
to establish this.
Yes.
Haven't-
We need
We already had one.
different terminology,
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
clarification.
Otherwise, so you guys okayed the pump track, but he's currently off like, what is that, snowshoeing, what's the other, skiing in Wyoming, and
Okay.
so once he gets back, we can figure that out.
Yep.
And then I submitted for the Parks grant, and the total ask for that ended up being about $750,000. So I had to round up because bathroom was really expensive. And otherwise, I think that's it.
What was the parks thing?
That was for the restroom, the picnic shelter, and the storage / community space at the.
No, like a pickleball courts, right? Oh, yeah.
Yes, and it's a 90%, covers the 90% of the total costs. I have no idea how that'll go. It was kind of a rush job. I had 2 weeks. I didn't know anything about backups. And so I just sort of got as many quotes as I could and estimates and made a budget off of that. But it might be a little high. I don't know. I just wanted it to be higher as opposed to lower. I have no idea though. How that'll turn
No, I just use them. That's them. I don't know.
Thank God.
out. But I think that's it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I got your email.
So,
So that, yeah, it wasn't attached to the calendar.
Yeah,
so do you say that it's Rick's fault?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Boros Saba,
It seems like it.
I mean, I
it's like
take back some
this.
stuff if you wanna.
if it's really good stuff, if it's not, no.
But Amy, she okay? She okay?
Oh, yeah, Amy, her mom is out of town, so she doesn't have childcare.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Can I have a prize? Be like the fastest.
Yes. I mean, I have really good Swedish candy in my office.
And you didn't even talk fast like you usually.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess I'm really tired.
Adrian, you can turn off the recording.
Okay.
Bye, Firefly.